What's up? I'm Wilfred Cyrus. Today I want to go over how to do a few foundational scratches on my turntables. I want to begin with a baby scratch. It's the first scratch you should learn. It's pretty simple to do. It's just a forward movement and a backward movement. And a little faster. Now I'll do an example of it to a beat. Alright, the next scratch I want to show you is a chirp scratch. It's similar to a baby scratch in that you're going to do a forward and a backward movement, but you want to add a crossfader movement where you cut off a part of the sound when you change directions, moving from forward to backward. Now let me show you an example of that. Now you're going to get the forward motion, and you cut it off, and then you get the backward motion. Forward, backward. And when you do it fast, it could sound like birds chirping. And there are a lot of ways you can do a chirp. I like to add swing to my chirp. You can call them seesaw chirps, where you kind of speed up and slow down the record as you're doing the chirp. It gives it more of a swing. Those were all chirp scratches, but I made them sound different by changing the velocity and the swing that I was moving the record in the crossfader. So you can always do that with the same fader movements. Just change the way your record hand is moving, add some swing, and your scratches will take on a whole different sound. Now I'll do some chirps to a beat. Yeah. The next scratch I want to show you is called a transformer. It was made popular by DJ Jazzy Jeff, and you hear it in hip-hop music all the time. I'll give you an example. It's an example of a transformer. There's a lot of room for creativity in transformer scratches. You basically just create a rhythmic pattern and a long sample forward and a long sample backward. I'll do some transforming to a beat. Alright, the next scratch I want to show you is a little bit more complicated. It's called a flare scratch. And for this example, I'm going to use the ah sample. You'll hear DJs use it all the time. I call it the acoustic guitar sample of scratching. So it's really just the foundational, basic instrument sound for a scratcher. So just like the baby and the chirp, you're going to have the same forward and backward motion. But for this, you put a click in the middle of the sound. So it sounds like this. I'll do it real slow. Then you speed it up a little bit. A little bit faster. And then what I want to do next is create a combination scratch. It's when you take two scratches and put them together. So we're going to do a chirp, flare. You add a chirp and a flare together. Sounds like this. Chirp and the flare. So do that to a beat. Alright, so those were a few basic scratches. I hope you learned something. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.